Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Reese. This is their part number 970. So, angle bristle weather stripping, what is it? What is it for? Generally, in something maybe of this size, you could see on an overhead door. You're really going to see angle weather stripping on overhead doors. But you also see them on single acting, single swing, or double pair, or double door opening, man doors. Because the bristle, being at a degree other than 180 degree, allows the door, in this case, if this was attached to the strike jamb, the door to close and seal up nice against that. Okay? Overhead doors, same thing on the jambs. You run this up on the jambs on either side and at the header, and your overhead rolling door, your overhead sectional door, will work out very well with an angle style weather strip. And in fact, if you study overhead doors, especially residential ones, you'll see them with weather stripping all the time. You'll see angle weather stripping. The part that attaches to the jamb is, current construction is like aluminum textured, powder coated finish to match the color of the door itself. And then you'll have an angle. It's generally vinyl, low quality vinyl, but it's on an angle because that will ride along the face of your door really nice and works really well. Something in this size, the 970, and there is an image below this video that shows the dimensional properties. Overhead door territory, because it's a bit larger, I would probably opt to use something a little bit smaller. 1 15/16 is the overall. If I were to measure this, not flat, just overall like that. But the projection from the face of the jamb, we can study that. It's going to be right at about 1 1/8". The projection of the vinyl itself looks like it's about that 15/16. Overall height of the aluminum is about 1 1/4" when I'm playing it flat. So an overall is going to be a lot more realistically about 1 1.5 inches. Okay. If you're going to use this on a man door, you probably use one a little bit smaller. An overhead door, you might want it a little bit larger. This is a nice size for doing either. Why would you use it on a man door or a swing door? Well, again, if that's mounted to the jamb and the door is going to close up against it, okay, that makes a real nice sort of seal. Or another reason why you will use something with an angle like that is, let's say that you've got your jamb set and your frame set, and one jamb is kicked in or out, and the door literally runs askew of the frame. So you can install this material because it's got such reach, and it makes a very delicate sort of angle to the face of the door when the door closes, not head on like traditional weather stripping. Bristle's also really nice because it does tailor around an irregular surface. You can bend that material, you can compress it significantly, but if that door is askew, will make contact with the face. And bristle's nice because it does such a great job at contouring itself over an irregular surface, which would be appropriate if you were using this in a door sweep application and maybe you had a pitted concrete sill. I don't know, you don't see angle mounted at the bottom as a door sweep, although you do in residential applications where you have a wood or aluminum adjustable top or a fixed top that has a 5-degree sort of bevel on the face of it. So it'd be very appropriate for your exterior door to seal off against that. However, you're really going to use that in an outswinging application because for this to be effective, you don't want to drag that across the top of your threshold. So it might, if you've got an outswing door and this is your threshold, opening up out like that might make a real nice installation. There's a link below this video to a document called Product Catalog where you can review the 970 along with the other sister products available from Reese in terms of bristle. The 970 you'll see there on page 1. You'll see on page 2 in the lower right hand corner a line drawing of what it would generally look like installed in a man door application, but you can also in your mind's eye envision that door riding up as well, like you'd see in an overhead application, and that's where you would use that. Lots of different bristles. The 970 is good. If I was going to put it on a regular, healthy swing door, I'd probably go with maybe the 957 would be good. Something a little bit smaller would be okay. Or maybe the 934 on page 2. But if you've got something that you've got to mitigate, you got lots of different options there in terms of size. And again, if it's a door sweep, you would do the 962 would be a great heavy-duty bristle door sweep. And speaking of heavy-duty, every time I see bristle from Reese, I always am left with the immediate, or get the immediate impression that it's very heavy-duty. The bristle is dense, it's thick, okay? It's robust. It returns back to its original position after I outrageously fatigue it. Again, it will contour to an irregular surface very well. Incredibly high performance at very low temperatures, which northern climates, you're going to see that all the time. You want something to seal. If you're a restaurant guy, the inspector's looking for daylight under the door. That's where the irregular surface comes in with bristle. Okay, you're going to want to seal that off. We sell all of these, and why you might want something like the 978 is if you had, believe it or not, an elephant enclosure at a zoo, a hangar door in an airport. We sell those applications with large bristle because the doors are literally hanging off the floor a significant amount, not 3/4 inch like you'd have in a hollow metal door and frame type of application. So that is very handy. Also, not only the different profiles, but the 970, this is the C color, that's clear anodized aluminum. You can see it's also available in the D finish, which is dark bronze, the best looking dark bronze anodized finish on weather stripping in the industry. And then G for gold anodized. So you can get it in clear aluminum, dark bronze, or gold. There is, in the site, this item is listed in lots of different lengths. Everything from 2 foot to 4 foot, 2 foot to 8 foot. You can have longer lengths. We just don't list them because the cost to ship that material is generally quite prohibitive. But if you have need for a custom length, let us know. Order the next longest piece or pieces and indicate in the comment field the net length you want us to ship the material out to, and we'll be happy to oblige that. If it's longer than 8 foot, reach out to our sales department and we'll quote you freight. The other reason to specify the length you want is, you may not realize it, but there are 3 different materials here. Aluminum, nylon bristle, and then steel. That material that's there pinching all of the bristle together is steel, so you're not going to want to put that in your 60-tooth 7 1/4 compound miter box saw, sliding compound miter box saw. There'll be problems with that. So you'll want to be mindful that there's steel in there. If you order a custom length, we'll not only give you that custom length, but locate, if this is obviously a sample, but if it was the genuine article, you'd have a slotted hole so many inch from the end, and screws, of course, are provided in a complementary finish. A custom length ordering it will have us cut it to length, but then locate that slotted hole at the proper distance from the edge and the proper center to center as well. And you certainly want the slotted holes there because that will allow you to compensate for field conditions. That jam that's kicked out, that door that runs askew, you can tailor it. It also helps that misdrilled hole when you're trying to drill into your material. Certainly if you've not used a center punch, that drill bit has a tendency to walk a little bit. So if you need a custom length, just order the next longest piece or pieces and we'll be happy to oblige that. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Reese products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. I'm quite partial to Reese, and it's because they have industry-leading quality, ship times, availability, technical support, value, on and on and on. I would look for Reese every single time I can, and most certainly in those instances when I want the weather stripping to look as proud as the thousands of dollars of exit devices on a door. If you have any questions on the 970C or any other Reese product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.